that. So, Anton, just what part of your game do you feel like you're most proud of, like how you've developed it this year, where you've kind of come the farthest so far?
Uh, for me, I'd say it's a little detail, but like just finishing. For me, especially in the run game, it's something I knew that I had to get better at. Just to be a more complete and better player, and just be the best myself I can. So I'd have to say just finishing every play and attacking in the run game, good pad level.
Was your block on Travis's first touchdown one of your favorite plays that you made this year?
In the run game, yeah, definitely, yep.
And then just, the offensive line, you guys have had so many people play different spots. Just what does that kind of say about the room that you guys have in your unit?
It says a lot. Just how everybody, no matter who goes down, there's always somebody who's ready to step up and play at the highest level with no drop-off. And that's kudos to everybody who's able to do it. And like we've been saying it from the beginning, so we all got together, like, everybody got to be ready no matter what, anything happen. And from me all the way down, I trust everybody to be out there and play beside me and do the best. So we all have that mindset. We all feel like we can do it and we're good.
How do you guys avoid scoreboard watching and standings watching this time of year?
Well, we know how I feel. The Houston game, we know how I feel. We don't want to feel like that again. We was up a lot and lost that game. A game we know we should have won. So just not wanting that feeling and knowing to dominate, to have that assertion that we're them guys. Like, you don't want to play us, and we do that for 4 quarters. Like, sky's the limit.
Cole's obviously been one of those guys that stepped up on multiple occasions. Just what have you thought about him being able to move into different positions on the O-line?
It's great. The things that he do, a lot of people can't do that. 4 different positions in 5 weeks. So it's kudos to him, just really knowing every position, knowing what to do, having no drop off, and playing at the best. So that's just kudos to Cole.
How hard is it to do something like that for someone like me who obviously has never done that?
Let me see if I can find a good example. I'm be thinking too long, but it's just hard. It's very hard, especially inside, outside, left or right, and it's every week. You only get a couple days of practice. It's not like you had all camp to practice at that position. You get a couple days, and you got to go play on Sunday against the best of the best. And he did it and went out there and dominated, so that just shows what type of player he is.
After the game last week, we heard a lot of the guys in the locker room talking about the disrespect going into the game. Where does that come from? How real is it, and how does it drive this team?
We all see it. We just try to stay here. We know what we got and what we do. It's just really just all outside noise to us. Like, obviously, like, everybody sees it. We feel like we should give more credit than we do, but that's not something we want. Like, it don't matter. We're just going to go out there and play with that fuel, play with that fire every week, and it just keeps us going.
All right, here we are, week 15, and how difficult is it to not scoreboard watch and not standings watch this time of year, especially against a team like this New York team?
You got to do it. As a professional athlete, you have to go out there and put your best foot forward and not worry about what's going to happen and what previously happened. We got to go out there and handle our business. An NFL win is hard to come by, and we understood that. We had some long ones that we pulled out, but we can't have any letdowns. We can't have any games that we expect to go out there and play well, and we don't, because, like you said, we score watch and we expect to do something to a team where they have talent. They have a lot of talent. Where they have they have a really good running back. They have some skilled players that do really well, and their defense is picking it up. So they've been in some really good games with some good teams. So we can't look at that and like this team is, below us or anything like that. We got to go out there and put our best foot forward.
How difficult is it when you're looking at multiple quarterbacks? I mean, they're on their 3rd quarterback right now, a lot going on back there, but how different is it for your preparation as a corner?
Yeah, you got to prepare for all of them. You got to prepare for what you're going to see, and what you're going to get, deal with threat or a guy that's going to stand in there and want to throw it. So, we got to be prepared, and that's what we've been doing, preparing for, all 3 guys to go out there and play. So that's it. That's our job, like I said, to go out there and prepare for the guys that we're going to see on Sunday.
There was a lot of talk last week about, during the bye week, a lot of the self-scouting that happened and everything that happened. What happened since the bye week with this defense? Does it feel different since the bye, and why is that?
We just got closer. We got closer as a defense, and we start seeing that what we did well, and we just executed it. And we've been trying to master that and become a defense that can go out there and play whatever and go out there and dominate. So honestly, it comes with the trust, trusting each other and not trying to be a hero and play hero ball, just understanding that we have our one and left to do and just going out there and executing that way.
This team has depth now, too. Some guys that are dinged up are getting back in the lineup now, and then those guys that were contributing are available and rolling through. That's a good sign, not just for the defense, but for the whole team. Right?
Absolutely. When you have depth like that, especially the way they play excellent. It's definitely good for us to, especially when we're preparing, and we can get those guys going and competing at the same time. It's a great thing to see. All that depth, and we can trust each other. Like I said, that's the key component. We have guys that we can trust. That are depth guys, and that's one thing that you can see with a lot of good teams. They have depth and they have guys that you can trust.
Secondary's played a big part in the run defense being as good as it is. How much pride do you guys take in the back end, just at that part of your game?
That's a part of the game. The game it is the NFL like this now. So previously it's been a pass-happy league, but it's getting back to the the ground and pound thing. Ground and pound game that I used to watch. Just understanding that you have to stop the run to give yourself a chance on defense, and that's what we've been doing. Understand that we have to earn the right to go rush a passer and get those interceptions.
What does it say to you guys when you see guys like Trayvon, fight through something or work through something to be able to get himself ready for a big game like that?
Man, we got all the belief in him. When you have your teammate play like that, when he's hurt, he's dinged up, he's keep getting hurt, but keep coming back and giving his all. You can only respect that, and it gives that energy boost that you need to go out there and execute, because you want to go out there and you don't want to let him down because he's giving his all. So that belief and that trust that we have for the guys that that are banged up and have been playing through injury. Jourdan, we played through the quad injury. You can only want to go out there and play for those guys that give their all.
How do you avoid scoreboard watching and standings watching this time of year in the place that this team is right now?
Learning from experience. I think a lot of us went through that a couple years ago. So I think we just control what we're supposed to control, handle what we're supposed to handle. The season looks how you want it to look at the end of the year. I think we've done a good job of staying ahead of the count. Now in November, you got to win the games that you're supposed to win these games going in November, because I don't think NFL is configured to reward teams that's not winning late. So just win these games and, stay on top of that.
Throughout your career, you've had a lot of stamina in game, from start to finish. You're flying around. Last week, that flying around was out there again, it felt like. And it's week 15, and it's not your rookie year anymore. How do you maintain that throughout a season and throughout a game?
It's just seeing my boys all flying around and knowing that they need me in my spots where I'm supposed to be at. And then, I'm out there for a reason, and that's to get to the ball and provide energy for the boys. So, if I'm out there on a Sunday, I got nothing else better to do. So I just dive all the way into it and just feel like I've been productive doing that. So just keep doing that for the team.
It's tough enough to prepare for one quarterback, but you got to prepare for multiple quarterbacks, possibilities at least this week. What are some of the differences? How difficult is the prep on a week like this?
That does cause certain challenges in itself, but they put some tape out there with multiple different quarterbacks and stuff, so it's really on us to keep watching that tape, see what the differences are. Luckily, those two quarterbacks are kind of similar. They know athletic, and then even the guy they had come in, Cook, last week, still somewhat athletic. So it's really specific, got to have it plays or go-to plays to feel like maybe on a keeper or something, or maybe a quarterback run design play. But for the most part, their offense is still their offense, just preparing for that.
A lot of depth in this team. A lot of the injured guys are getting back in the lineup now, but guys who have contributed in those places are available. That's a great sign for this defense and this team as a whole down the stretch, right? That the depth is there, and it's a pretty healthy football team, feels like.
Yeah, it's good getting guys back, but very commendable for the guys who are stepping in place, not really skipping a beat or growing very quickly, helping the team along. But I feel like we're a very deep football team. No matter who's out there playing, we're all expected to rise to the occasion, do our job and stuff. So kind of moving with that standard, I think, help people along. But then getting guys back is going to get them back on the right track when they step back on the field.
Boy,